I think it'd probably max at 12 then because it's D6, and so double the max you can lose is 12.
Okay.
So if you want to make a note of that, once you lose 12, you no longer give a fuck. It's like, oh look, a were crocodile. That's silly. So yeah, you're done talking to him, but it appears that it is now time to see if his cage actually holds. For this, I'll be doing a craftsmanship thing as werewolves are, as you guys found out, tremendously strong. Let's see if it can destroy its cage and get into combat with you guys. No, it has failed its destroy cage roll. It does not like it. It howls, it beats on the cage. Eventually, it just fucking, because every time it hits the cage, there's a little bit of with a little bit of smoke. So it learns to not touch the bars.
Good. And the bars are made of silver then?
No, they're made of iron with silver woven into them.
Oh, okay.
But apparently silver is not good for werewolves, and iron apparently is bad for elves. So, yeah.
Makes sense.
So yeah, this cage looks like it could serve a multitude of purposes. Hooray! And of course, Doc Fulton, you're used to, instead of a cage, just having a pit in your living room with a little basket, some lotion. Anyway, oh yeah. So eventually, you guys are pretty convinced he ain't getting out of there.
All right, let's leave him for the night.
No problem. He stopped howling and shit and just prowls around and eventually just sits down and then lays down in his fucking cage because once you've discovered you can't get out, and then he goes nuts again, and then he lays down. It's never-ending rage.
Good dog.
It'd be so fucked up if Chris was badass enough to grab him and fucking just beat his head on the floor and then bad dog, bad newspaper.
Start training the werewolf.
That would be if animal handling werewolf. Oh yeah. If anybody wants to fucking get in the cage and try it and makes their fucking roll, you could clear up all kinds of shit. He may not even need the cage.
Mm-hmm.
But I mean, you'd have to be some sort of bird psychologist to fucking pull that off. Do you want to try it, Chris, or don't you feel like getting into a combat with a werewolf? Okay.
I'm good, thank you.
Right. So you guys head back up. The servants basically you discover been told to stay out of the basement and not ask questions. So they're staying out of the basement and not asking questions. In fact, there's even a key to lock the basement door. It's one of the big, heavy fucking skeleton keys, stick and lock, turn, clunk. And so if one of you wants to take it as opposed to leaving it in the door, you may.
Yes, we won't leave it there for a inquisitive servant to go and say, ooh, let's check it out.
Hmm? Okay, so what are you guys going to do for the rest of the evening?
Were you wanting to go out about the town or relax, Doc, or?
Since I really don't know what the hell's still going on, whatever. I'm following in your lead for now.
Okay. Yep, still trying to get your head around everything.
Well, there's a lot of things.
Yes, there are.
Well, you could always go check out the nightlife in the town. Let the good times roll.
We can cut to or do whatever you would like to do.
Yeah, wait till morning, I think, because we're both shot up a bit, so.
Yeah, you are. All right, so you guys go to sleep, and now you get to find out how the healing works. Essentially, it's a willpower roll. You want really low. If you get a willpower times 5, you heal 1 hit point. If you get times 4, you heal 2 hit points. If you get times 3, you heal 3 hit points. If you get times 2, you heal 4 hit points. If you get times 5, you heal, or times 1, willpower times 1, then you heal 5 hit points. If you get a crit willpower roll, you're fucking fine. Even if you're at death's door the day before. That, by the way, is standard healing for zones where it is otherwise not specified, Pete.
By 2.
So if you made it times 2, you heal up 4 hit points.
4. And I'm fully healed.
Pretty fucking rapid healing.
Yeah.
It's like I sleep for 3 nights after being at death's door and I'm okay, maybe, you know, if you're full willpower. And you get a check in willpower since you made it under times 3.
Okay.
Hooray!
Even better.
Yes, it is.
I heal my 1 hit point. Yay.
Yay. Oh, the bar that, just to be clear, because the guy did know, the bar that the goblins are at is called the Boneyard, and it's in the Arcology.
Okay.
But it's the next day. The sun shines brightly. In the guy's fancy library, you hear Ahoy fart and wake himself up from it.
So after getting up, go downstairs and release Simon.
Excellent. He is really glad you remembered him. I was fucking curious to see if I could distract you away from it. Shows him all day naked, sitting in a cage going, I forgot.
Yeah.
It's unusual seeing a naked rhino, too. I'm not even sure about the genitalia, so do not fucking ask me, okay?
Okay, I will close my lips that we're about to ask that very question.
Yeah, just it's Disney.
How many horns does he have? Oh.
Who runs Barter Town? Right, no problem. He gets dressed up and then he goes upstairs to he says, "Oh, tomorrow's the last night of tonight's the last night of the full moon. So one more time into the breach, good friends."
Yep. We'll have breakfast.
Excellent. He goes and gets changed into fancy clothes for breakfast. Your tailor has delivered new fancy clothes. Basically, you guys also you dress up for meals here, which is, I consider it a huge pain in the ass and waste of time, but that's how they do it.
Okay.
Yes.
So you guys get dressed for breakfast, and the guy is making the breakfast in like the little pan with the thing, and he's cooking the crepes and shit. You're like, yay. So yeah, you eat breakfast. It's very fancy here. I'm not going to ask for any more fucking etiquette rules you got in this house. You guys can obviously handle yourselves. Not like that, Chris, you pervert. Anyway, so how many hordes? No, anyway, so yeah, you guys have breakfasted. Simon, you can tell. Give me an empathy roll. Maybe you can or can't tell with your rhino.
Got it.
What happened there? Where'd it go? Try that again.
You push your weird button that made it all disappear. Right?
Yep.
You guys can tell that Simon's got a lot to do, but he wants to be a good host and show you around the town you've already seen.
Simon, you've got a bit on your plate at the moment, it seems. So we will get out of your hair as there's a couple of things we want to do and let you deal with your pressing business issues.
All right. If you need anything, would you like who would that be at this hour? Well,
it's probably the Herald.
It is the Herald. He's like, I'm the Herald. No shit. The butler's like, so anyway, the Herald, sir.
Yeah, because there's still a couple of things we need to talk about. Like, for example, the individuals we had the meeting with the other day with you, and what that all was in the nature of that situation and what we need to worry if we need to be concerned about.
Oh, indeed we do. But perhaps we could discuss it after dinner tonight.
Yes.
Excellent. He says, if there's anything you need, anything at all, please let me know.
Of course.
Right. The tailor, sir. Yes. Just deliver the clothes. Good. Right. Things begin bustling around again.
Yes.
Also, a couple of bodyguards show up to that Simon is hiring to protect himself
Mm-hmm.
because he
Yes.
can't rely on the werewolf beaters hanging out with him at all times.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah, a couple of fucking gunmen. One looks pretty foxy. He's got a fox head. Got it. And
Yes.
and the other one's a cat. So anyway, right, yeah, they show up and he pays them and stuff, and they're basically like gunslinger types. They get introduced to you. He's like, these are my best friends here, and he says these are Australians, and they're like looking at your ears and shit, and they're like, aha.
All cats female?
No.
Oh,
No.
good.
But yeah,
I was
so
just thinking the whole Japanese thing with the
oh god, no, we're not going down that creepy ass way.
women with the ears and tails.
Mm-hmm.
The whole cat girls.
Mm-hmm.
Cat girl thing.
Yeah.
Yep.
But the various critters do have some of their critter things, like the cat gunfighter is more dexterous looking and stuff. Just little things like that are going on.
Yep.
Cool. So where to?
First question for the bird. The word.
Ahoy looks at you. Holy shit! Are you gonna get that cloth thing? I'll try it. But
All right, we'll organise that for you.
I'm
We've got a
gonna need more newspaper eventually.
Yeah.
He farts when he belches. Ah.
Do you know anything about lycanthropy?
He rolls his lore skill to figure out if he actually does or not, because he did hang out with a mage for a while.
Exactly.
Yep, he says.
Any ideas as to a cure?
He rolls on his know about possible cure for lycanthropy skill. Yes, he says. Fucking hot one. He says, I actually know a potion that can be brewed that can, if you take it before the full moon and stuff, you'd have to make it alchemically and stuff and infuse a small amount of power into it. But yes, I know the potion by heart for some reason. Apparently,
Okay.
my master wanted to make sure I didn't turn into a were cuckoo. Maybe I am a were cuckoo. I was a cuckoo who turned into a different cuckoo.
As long as you're not cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
He does know what that means. Fucking hot one. Are you kidding? I was giving him a 20% chance of knowing any vague shit. Hot one. Crit. Yes, I do. This bird is turning out to be a really good investment, you're thinking.
Yes, he is.
Yeah.
And that Inspector Ford, he was ripping me off. Little did he know. Well, yeah, $20 for a bird is usually is normally a rip off, but yeah,
that's almost a month's pay.
Yes. So this potion, does it actually cure it or does it dampen it?
It dampens it down. He may not fully change and stuff. He may not change at all. But it's an alchemical thing. So you need an alchemist to make it. Which, are you an alchemist?
I have understanding of chemistry and stuff like that.
I don't know what chemistry means.
Sorry, yes, I actually do have chemistry and alchemy.
Fine. He says
the skill on the character sheet is chemistry/alchemy. So
yes. He says.
So yes, I am an alchemist.
I have a long list of ingredients for you.
Okay.
He gives you a long list of ingredients, which I'm guessing you're going to write down somewhere or something like that.
Yes, yeah. I will write it down. I will get. Presumably, there's pencils, pens, or whatever paper on his desk in the library. So
you have writing utensils and ink wells and stuff like that.
Yep. So I will write down the list of ingredients.
Mm-hmm. No problem. It's a pain in the ass writing with a dipping ink pen, which is why they invented Blotting paper. Yay.
Yes.
So, no problem. And then you dry it. So, you have a list of shit. You go out, assuming that you get enough to make several doses. It comes out to about $1 per dose. Buy as many as you think you would like.
Mm-hmm.
That's a whole day's wages per dose. It's very expensive, but
Yeah.
it's comprised of various shit.
Yep. So the other question for the bird, since you seem to,
He,
I don't know,
he looks
maybe
shocked with his own knowledge.
maybe your owner knew someone, had a loved one, or knew someone that suffered from it. Anyway,
Apparently, he says he
So-
shoots slow wings at you.
is it the? I seem to recall legends about if you kill the person, like the person that infected,
Oh, yeah, he rolls.
does that cure the?
He says, "Well, on that, I am finally unsure.
No worries.
It may be. It sounds good to me. You should probably definitely kill anybody who is a bad, like where guy,
Mm-hmm.
their guy. Why are you
Yes.
talking like that? I thought you wanted to. Ah.
Not a worry.
Is there anything else that I can help you with? And where are we going now?
I thought you'd like to stay here for a while.
I do, but
Where
I
it's
don't want to
nice.
be alone.
Because we're going outside to buy the
Ah!
ingredient. So I thought you would be more calm and peaceful and relaxed here.
But you're going to leave me by myself?
Well, or we can take you down to the kitchen and put you in a corner there. So there's always going to be people there in the kitchen.
Hmm. Will they mind? Will they be nice to me?
I'm sure they'll be nice to you as long as you're nice to them.
I can't guarantee that.
Well,
He just looks at you like, what are we going to do?
we can give it a shot, I suppose, and see.
But you'll come back and get me after you come back?
Of course.
You won't forget?
Nope.
You promise?
I promise.
Okay.
All right.
You lug this extremely awkward
I'll
cage.
Yeah. I'll check to see if there's actually a spot where we can put him in the kitchen before doing so.
Of course. The kitchens are big, noisy affairs and stuff. And
If the kitchen is not a good place, if there's another place where there's always going to be people.
no,
So
the kitchen is an awesome idea because it's with there are no microwaves, so cooking is kind of an all-day affair for a lot of stuff. So yeah, no, that's a brilliant. Take a card for being you coming up with good idea. So yeah,
we will go. Oh, we're all beautiful.
you decrease your hand to 6, and you
Yes, I'm going.
can
just
buy as
looking-
many doses as you wish, up to 100. 100's max, because then you'll bought out all the shit from the town that is used to make this.
I think I'll get 20 to begin with.
Yeah. If he survives past that, he gets another $20 bill. How's that? Great. Anything else you'd like to go to?
So just making a note. Asbestos.
What?
Asbestos.
Mhm.
It's been around for thousands of years and gets used in all sorts of stuff in the Industrial Revolution, etc.
Let me take a look on that. Oh wow, it's a mineral? Or Where the fuck does it come from? Yeah, large-scale mining began at the end of the 19th century.
Yeah, but wasn't it getting? It's been used for a long time, hasn't it?
Um,
Not under large scale.
4,000 years ago, but they didn't use nearly as much.
No.
And apparently, you should have the children peel it off of your walls if you discover it in your home now.
Yes.
Yeah, they didn't discover how bad it was till 1920s for reasons.
Yeah. Oh, well, considering it was still getting used in buildings and stuff in the 1950s and 60s.
Yep. So, yeah, asbestos. I did not think of that. Okay, cool. And right, give me a luck roll to find enough asbestos that you can then take it to the tailor and have him make a sweater.
Mm-hmm. Exactly. Luck.
So, what do you think of the asbestos sweater thing, Chris?
I think that it's weird.
Yes.
Hey, unless you can think of what we can get in this area for a fire salamander to keep him warm, that's not going to burn. I'll make a luck roll.
There are some things. You made it?
Yeah.
Right. Mark off $2 for the asbestos and labor.
Mm-hmm.
You have a and a memory roll or tailoring to get the right size, etc. Because no, of course the tailor doesn't want to come and try to measure a fire asbestos or a fire lizard in order fire salamander to get the size right. So you're going off of your memory and stuff here.
Yeah, if I can't recall, I'll go and get the measurements and come back. But I'll see if I can remember. Yes, I do.
Of course you do. Right. You take it back, present to Veeks. Now is the tricky part, getting it on him.
Mm-hmm.
He's trying to keep his fire from bursting out, but essentially to do this, whoever is going to be doing it is going to make one dodge roll, and this is just to avoid damage.
Yeah, I'll do it.
Where
is it? I'll play my
Shut
dodge.
up, cat, you horrible pussy.
Play my dodge plus 20 card.
Damn you.
Gives me 92 is the skill, so yes, I make it.
All right. Yeah, you get him into it. He is fucking thrilled with it. He will now attempt to teach you and spell. Yeah. Do you want him to try to teach your friend too? If so, he's going to want a gift from your friend, but he doesn't know what, so he has to be creative.
Okay.
The talking salamander looks at you with its eye. Well.
Oh, you want a gift from me right this moment?
Well, you can go buy it and I'll wait. I'm working anyway. Get back to work, you lazy fucking lizard, screams the overseer.
What do you like to do? Like what hobbies do you have?
Hobbies.
Yeah,
I would like to develop a hobby. Please go select one that I can do.
When you're not working, like of an evening or whatever, presumably are they working 24/7 here?
No, they can't because my fire dims after a while, and it's pretty boring. I would like a hobby. Please buy me a hobby, and I will teach you the spell.
Okay.
I've got a sweater. It keeps looking at the sweater. Chris, what kind of hobby would you like to get the talking fire salamander?
Are there blacksmiths in this town?
Yes.
Yes.
In fact, there's one that you hear about that's known as Burn Bear.
Okay.
But you're also told you probably shouldn't call her that to her face.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Now, how big is the salamander? Like, is he like the
He's
same?
pretty fucking good. He's this like the big dogs. If you were to chop one of them's legs off, disclaimer, audience, do not chop the legs off of dogs in order to see how big the salamander is, and then put a big tail on it. That would
Okay.
be about the right size.
So he doesn't have hands or anything, or
No,
is
it's
it
got the
humanoid?
little salamander claw thing. No, it's not humanoid at all. It is an actual salamander.
Yeah, this
Hmm.
one's not anthropomorphic.
Right. So hobby will be a bit tougher, but it seems fucking fascinated by the prospect of having a hobby. But finding one that it can do, and probably by itself, as you did not see any other salamanders, harder. I
But
mean, knitting's right out.
was it gripping anything, or it was just
It
like
can,
walking
it
around?
can. It's got small claw things it can use, but they're not very big.
Okay. Hmm.
Wonder how dexterous it is.
Eh. It's not extremely dex. I mean, kite flying is right out. Even if it didn't burn the shit out of the kite, the string, etc.
Okay. So I tell the blacksmith what I would need is
She has a
basically
big burn mark in her head.
like balls,
And she's
like
a bear, I'm assuming.
about like 3 inches around, like metal balls, and then with like a small point coming out of it, so it looks kind of like just like a ball with like a pointy end to it, with like, so it looks like a pencil's coming out of it, a pencil of metal, and different thicknesses, like a thicker one, a medium-sized one, and then a thinner one. Because we're gonna make him a wood burning kit, so that way he can heat up the end of the piece of metal, and with the
That's
ball,
brilliant.
it'll fit right into it.
Wow.
That's
And then
brilliant.
he can write on wood and like craft things and
Right. Both of you assholes take a refill. That's fucking great. Okay. That's wow. No problem. Yeah. Get your refills. Right.
Okay. Do you have a Chris? Oh, you're just still getting your cards. I've got a Insta hero. If you've got a retrieve or anything.
Wow. What?
No, I have nothing good. Nothing good.
I thought you got some sort of fucked up card like make a fire salamander, a wood burning kit, or some weird shit.
No, just the look. You're like, bah.
Play the Insta hero. Yeah. Hey, you set us challenges. We accept them and conquer them.
Oh yeah. It's a whole different world than some of the challenges I've set where the players are like, salamanders don't do anything. That I have no idea. I wander off. Right. Okay. So it's going to it says if it doesn't manage to teach you the shut up, you horrible cat. I'm not letting you out because you may not come back. That'll be on me. Great. Right. It's going to try to teach each of you the spell. And it'll try once per day until it fucking sinks in. The spell it's trying to teach you guys is called Extinguish Fire, because that's the first spell in the fire tree. So first it will start with Pete. There it goes. And come on, spell, does it not do it? Yes, and the teach. Oh my God, it made it. And on Chris, it's since it's already made the spell, it goes for the teach. He can't teach you that spell. He tries, and you just don't get it.
Can I pass him a card?
Chris or the salamander?
No, the salamander.
If the salamander had any cards, he'd be happy to trade them to you. But if you have a supporter reroll, you could play it on the salamander.
No,
Otherwise,
I've got
never teach Chris.
Yeah, I've got rerolls, but not supporter rerolls.
Yeah, unfortunately, doesn't have 100% in teach.
And I suppose you don't have anything, Chris, that will be
Now, keep in mind,
combined with the reroll.
You can eventually
I can attempt to
do Chris, but
yeah,
it will be hard. Although the salamander is, he's like, well, I guess if you need to take back my new hobby, you're totally justified. But you're just
is there something else, and you could gift him?
That's it. Would you like a mouthful of coal? Don't give away my coal, you fucking stupid lizard! Shut up! I haven't taught that spell in a long time.
Do you know anything about gates? As in gates between
they
worlds?
Open, they close. Between what?
Between worlds.
Nope.
Okay. So you don't know of anyone that knows of them?
I've never heard of such a thing. That's great. Okay, Pete, here's your new spell, and please build up your teaching as quick as possible so you can teach it to Chris, who otherwise will remain heartbroken. It's going into roll 20. Let me know if you get a crit, as there's more spells on the tree. Also, in this zone, you don't have to make extra rolls as you do in some zones for casting shit. Like, for example, if you're to try your pocket spell back in your red carpet realm, you have to make an extra willpower roll to even see if you can push it forward. And as some people may tell you, doing it in front of the wrong people leads to bad results, which you've seen from your videotape, actually.
Yeah.
So there you go.
All right.
I'd be sure to copy.
Speaking of which, it's something we forgot to do, something we should have done this morning.
What's that?
Our pocket spells.
I'll be right back.
Chris got robbed.
Yes,
I gave the salamander a decent chance too, but 99 is 99.
Extinguish fire, bold.
How high is your teaching anyway?
Base.
Well, the good news is that every day you can attempt your extinguish fire skill, and if you make that, you can try your teach skill. And if you make that, he'll learn. So until you fumble, and if you fumble, you're done trying to teach him that. The weird thing about the spells is the only thing that you can teach somebody is the starting spell from the tree or line of that spell.
Because I've learnt a spell, does that give me a tick in essence?
No.
Okay.
Doing stuff to feel your way through the universe with your essence or something like that gives you a tick in it.
Yep, no worries.
Yeah, essence ticks are not really super easy to get unless you find something that if you do certain thing, then you have to make an essence roll. If you find that and keep going back to the well, then that would speed you through it.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So, assuming Chris just follows you around, what do you do?
Well, look for get the Herald to take us, I don't know, to a real estate agent or something.
No problem. He is happy to. Yeah. You guys head into a real estate office and yeah. the herald explains that you guys are Australians and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
How can I help you? Says the otter-headed guy.
Interested what sort of houses you got in your books for sale?
Okay. Which district?
Good question.
I thought so. He says he taps his quill on his paper.
Well, actually, I haven't decided on a district yet, so
All right.
I'm interested
Well,
to see the ranges, etc.
the arcology is not a bad bad one. I mean, it is a bit rougher there. The downtown is the priciest, but you can get good stone work there. Stinkton or Stinktown, as they call it, definitely the cheapest.
Mm-hmm. Okay, Logan, the house in modern San Angeles, that was on a hill because it was on a cliff side, etc., wasn't it?
Your guys'
Would that be-
house?
Yes.
Let me think. Where would your house be in relation to it? You're probably off in the fucking forest somewhere because San Angelo is a lot bigger in your time period, and you're not on the ocean.
I was just thinking if we could get a house here in the same location, then
that would be fucking cool. That would be brilliant.
Yeah. Then it'd make it a lot easier for linking up.
Yeah. I mean, you're only like a 2-hour walk from your house in this, like, actually, no. Yeah, you can find a place that's pretty goddamn close now that I think about it, because, but you're not quite on the ocean. So perhaps close to the arcology, but in the downtown district is the closest you can get.
Yeah, I was just thinking if we can get something very close to where our house is.
Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't really.
Yeah, sure.
Especially because I was thinking from like the gate needs to be done on a hilltop, and the house was on a hilltop because it was had a cliff there and stuff.
True.
So then we could then do the gate inside the house.
Yeah, but you're kind of missing out on the forest part of the equation.
Oh, it had to be in the forest as well, wasn't it? True.
Yeah.
Bummer. Otherwise, I was thinking.
Now that would be a good essence thing, is if you fucking twisted the spell to make it so that you were going to a little different place and stuff, and basically altering it.
Yeah.
Oh, if you would like to, you can immediately attempt to teach Chris. I mean, it only takes an hour, and the salamander's sitting there going, I have no idea how to teach him. He is just resilient to it. I will try to make something for him to make up for it. It grabs hold of the thing and is like trying to burn wood and shit. And the guy's like, you fucking lazy lizard.
I will attempt to teach.
The lizard's not good at this yet.
No. Oh, yeah, all right then. Let's see if I can teach Chris. Teach Doc Fulton.
Hooray.
What are we saying? Teaching.
You'll first do the spell, and then never mind.
Oh, okay. Yeah.
No. So cool. Maybe tomorrow. If you work on it every day, you'll eventually fumble and be unable to teach him ever. I mean, eventually you may be able to teach him.
Well, I assume I can keep trying to spell until
you fumble. Yes.
Until I fumble or run out of magic points.
Oh, the spell. No, you can do the spell. That's a whole different deal. I'm talking about teaching him.
Yeah. Because isn't the first roll you actually have to cast a spell successfully?
No, you're not actually. That's knowing enough about your subject to be able to have a teaching roll.
Oh, okay.
So that's why if you're an expert in something, then you'll have a much better chance of teaching it.
Okay. So okay, it's not the actual casting of it; it's just knowing about it to be able to then teach it.
Yeah, right. I mean, if you're one to checking it, there's plenty of different little torches and stuff, because apparently the spell has no effect on anything bigger than a torch. But you can go, 1 magic point I fail, 1 magic point I fail, 1 magic fumble, I'm on fire, fuck. So you can try that if you want.
Yeah, not Not at this right at this moment, but yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Now the only problem is you've got the pockets and this, and the finite number of magic points, and you're like,
Yeah.
It's all good. So what exactly are we trying to do right now? What is our MO currently?
well,
Oh,
the
help the
lizard
guy
goes,
with his
trying to
lycanthropy, but
draw this picture of you, and it just isn't working because he's got the thing clenched in his mouth.
Don't worry about it. You need to practice, and we'll be around here for a while.
Okay. Thank you.
Yep.
Actually, there's potentially something you could do for him. Is are you able to produce extra good metal?
No, that was more of that guy's job to do the metal. I just get the heat right. What we really need, if you want really, really good metal, is when they're making something and they heat up the metal so it's that really nice red and stuff, and then they're hitting it and stuff, and then they stick it in oil to do something to it to make it not hot anymore. I was told that if you can find a way to suddenly make it not hot, then it makes it a lot tougher. But I don't know how to do it because the spell doesn't. That's too much for that little spell.
So,
yeah.
Damn Mozzies.
Yeah. Right. This is why Pete needs a flamethrower. Just fuck you.
All right. Now, I was just thinking, Doc, that if he could help produce some really good metal, then you could potentially get a good sword made.
I tell you what, if I ever get good at this art stuff, then maybe I can buy myself from this guy so that I don't have to work for him anymore.
Well, how much would it cost to buy?
I have no idea, but money. It would cost money, and it's the only warm place. I mean, yeah, the sweater's good, but that's just for
Yeah.
It's
you do. Yes, you do have that drawback that.
Yeah.
You can't just go.
Nah.
Wherever you go.
I'm sure that when I was in the egg, I was in a much better place. But now everything's cold all the time. You're in California. I'd like to point this out real quick. Maybe if he was in Australia when Pete is, he'd be comfortable. Yeah, it's always hot there. Surprised your house hasn't burst into flame. I hope it doesn't, but it's hot there.
All right. So, Doc, I was thinking maybe we get a house or something for a base of operations while we're here.
Okay.
And then that way it'll give something so if others come here as well.
The foreman hears that as he's coming over. He's like, well, you could also rent a room at a nice hotel and stuff, Australian guys.
Yeah, that was my other thought, was rent a suite or something.
Yes. Excuse me, well, get back to work, you fucking lazy lizard. I don't have to work if I don't want to. I'm trying to express myself artistically. Oh, you fucking... They scream at each other for a while about artistic expression versus getting kicked out into the cold. You've never thought that you'd have to deal with arguments like this and stuff.
We shall leave.
All right. The lizard does yell after you. Hey, if you ever get your own blast forge or something in your house, then I'll come live there. Oh, no, you won't. You got to fucking work here. Blah, 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 et cetera, yelling.
So, Doc, from your experience with other gates and stuff.
Oh, Doc, could you give me a lizard psychology roll, please?
Sure.
Great. Thanks.
No.
Thank God. Go on, Pete. Sorry.
So, what am I trying to say? From location to location, is it like the same place where you think, or can you fix it to 2 different locations? As
Okay.
in, yeah. So,
Like, are you talking about like making a gate that travels?
so like the gate we went through went from a fixed from where it appeared in this world was equivalent to where it existed in the other world.
Mhm.
So is it possible to create a gate that will appear in a different location in the other world? Or a slightly, a location that's moved, say, 5 meters or 30 meters or 20 meters or whatever, 100 meters. Basically, what I'm thinking is that, say, for example, we get a house.
Mhm.
Is it best to get a house as close as possible to where our house is in modern San Angeles, so that if we can create a gate linking the two, or is it a case that it doesn't really matter where the house is, once we work out how, we'll be able to create a gate anyway and link them?
Well, it all depends on the gate that you create using the spell. It depends on, from what I know of the kind of gates that I have made in the past, which I don't know how to do anymore.
It's all right. I actually had a lot of knowledge of gates once upon a time, but I've forgotten it all.
Oh. It all really depends, and unless you have somewhere to anchor it that you feel safe,
Yeah.
it could be a loss of permanent essence or permanent magic that you'll never get back. And if it goes away, it goes away.
Yeah. I mean,
That's
part
why
of it was
it's
just,
a rough one to do.
yes. I wasn't sure how in these worlds, because you were saying you'd experienced other gates besides the one we traveled through.
Yes, but I have not made any besides the
Okay.
one just
Yeah,
recently.
that one. All right. Yeah. Wasn't sure if you'd made others.
Nope.
And seen others created. That's right. Yeah, as I said, so my thinking was we get a house or something, or we just get a suite. Maybe we get a suite for the moment and not worry about an actual physical building, physical house. I mean, both have pros and cons.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Like having a suite in a hotel means that, we get the meals and stuff. Having a house, people, we'd have to hire people, servants and crap, maybe.
Well, we don't have to, but I mean...
Yeah.
Well, we've helped Simon. Like, what else are we doing here?
I got
do you
no
have
idea.
anything going on, or
not real at this stage. I mean, there's stuff. It's a world. There's stuff going on.
well, of course,
It appears to be. Well, evolution didn't create this place.
A bunch of guards are running around, being frantic and looking worried.
So, but yes, I get what you're saying, though. Yeah. What else do we? Is there anything else to check out here? Once we've
I asked one of the guards, "What is going on? Are we under attack or something?"
No, the princess. She's missing.
I look at the camera.
She was out riding her horse named Tantiv. People spotted her heading into the evil elf-riddled woods. I don't. Maybe she forgot that there are elves. We must find her.
Oh well.
Do you know where she is, Australian person?
I have not seen her today.
He's Australian, says the herald. Shut up.
All right.
If you can help us find her, that would be great. We're going out looking.
Yeah, I have some knowledge of tracking.
Good. See if you can find her. If you do, then we will be very happy and stuff. They head out to go and try to trample the tracks before you can get to them.
Yes. All right. Shall we go try
stand there and watch the guards rush off?
Shall we go try and find a princess?
Okay. Sounds good to me.
There is actually a bunch of shit that's going on to
Yeah,
This is what
yeah.
happens when you get 3 months of writing time, motherfuckers. Yeah. Right.
Something on the way out. Something I want to get hold of is a shotgun.
Oh yeah.
I'm
That's
actually
not
quite
a
skilled.
problem.
Yeah, I'm actually quite skilled in shotgun.
Weird. Low, medium,
There's
or high
no-
quality. High quality
Sorry?
is $10. If you want to spend less, you can.
It's basically we're heading out the gate, so if there's a gun shop along the way, go in there,
Sure. Yeah.
quickly buy a gun.
Great.
So yeah, if they've got high quality, yeah, I'll spend $10 on a high quality, on a
They throw
new,
in a bunch of shells. Here's
yeah,
20
one
shells.
one
It's
of
a
the
double.
more modern, newfangled double barrel shotguns.
Yes. Yeah, it's two rounds, and then panic for several rounds as you attempt to reload, and then 2 rounds, and then panic again, etc. So
Yep.
no problem. You go out, and they do have horses and stuff here. If you guys like to be on a horse, because that's much faster than being on foot.
I can use a buggy, but I don't think I can actually ride a horse.
The ground might be a bit bad for buggies once you
Yeah.
get past the farms.
Yeah.
They're
I
pretty
just-
sure you can ride a horse, and they're happy to sell them to you.
What about rent?
Rent. Sure, they'll rent you a horse. $3, but if you don't bring back the horse, then you have to pay for the horse.
Okay.
You're
Did
pretty
you?
sure the horse is going to disappear. You may as well just give them a $20 per horse and just fucking go out and execute it.
And you got any ability in riding a horse, Doc?
Absolutely not.
So you guys
We're
go
on
out
equal.
on,
We're on equal footing then.
or you could go out and just Conan it. If you have long distance running, that would be great too.
Yeah, I can sprint, but I don't have long distance.
How are you going to be with Conan if you can't long distance run? Conan.
Did we
is
want to get
weak.
some horses and amateurishly ride out there?
Yeah.
Sure, why not?
Yeah, we're in a western. Let's do it.
Down, 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 down. All right. So mark off.
Oh, sorry, there was something else I wanted to get, which was a pipe and tobacco. But yeah, that was just as an
I'll
aside.
throw it
Keep
in
me-
with the horses and tack and harness. Mark off $60. You each have a
Guns.
horse
Oh,
with
God.
saddles, bit, bridle, reins. These are kind of like lizard horses,
So
but
was it 60? Did you say?
60 total. Yeah, that includes the tack and harness and blankets and
That was
all-
for the, and I assume that's for the two of them.
yeah. Well,
Yeah.
yeah.
Yeah, minus 60. All right.
Okay, you get those so that, as I said, they can end up running away and leaving you forever, and then being hunted down and eaten
Lizard
by the
horse.
elves. Mhm.
I was just writing down lizard horse.
Yep. As you, which gate would you like to go out?
That one.
Well, you have a choice between the downtown gate or the arcology gate, meaning you'd have to pass through the arcology.
I'll go with the downtown, as I think that's isn't
Great,
that,
no problem. Yeah, the guards are like, oh yeah, it's the Australian. They're showing each other a newspaper that has your picture front and center. It's like Australians among us.
yeah, I need to remember to get a copy of that article.
Your mother would really like to get a copy of that from you.
Yes, should start a clippings book.
Hmm. Can you imagine the shit that would be in there? Your mother doesn't need to see all of it. Anyway, so you guys head on out. As pretty much when you head across the fields and stuff, just give me your ride a horse rolls. This is to see if you get tossed off the horse and the horse runs away, possibly back to the guy that you bought it
I
from.
succeed.
You do? Holy crap.
So is it ride horse or ride lizard horse?
I'd accept ride a horse on these. You don't have to make a separate skill for them unless you really want
ride
to.
horse then.
I do not make it.
Excellent. Okay.
Well, it's not a fumble or anything.
No?
Did you want to re-roll, Chris? I've got a couple.
Yes, do it. Build up
No.
your Western skills.
It's not worth burning rerolls on. I mean, I have learn skill on it, so
Yes,
Yeah,
but
yeah.
look at Pete ride.
that's nice.
Right. Well, due to Pete making his ride, you guys discover that it goes much faster if Chris rides double on Pete's horse, and then you pull the other one after you. So unless you guys object to that, or you just are fucking strapped into your horse, Chris, and Pete's making it, because it never fucking goes the direction you want it to. So Pete has your horse's reins, and your whole job is simply to hold on to the horse. Is that okay?
Okay. Sure.
Great. That way, if something surprises you and both horses go different directions, then that'll be extra fun for me.
Yep.
All right. So you guys go out and riding around. Give me a tracking roll. You occasionally stop and get off and look at the ground and go, it appears white woman went this way or whatever, or tiger lily go this way.
Yes.
Excellent. You are tracking her around, hoping you don't run into fucking bands of hostile elves and stuff who will doubtless shoot you with their arrows. If they're from longbows, they may get a +1 to hit and damage. But you guys are out doing that, and the sky begins to get overcast and stuff, and you're following a trail, and you're worried it's going to start raining, and that'll get rid of the tracks and stuff. And Chris's horse seems to be fucking temperamental as shit, whereas your horse is doing what you want. You're not sure what the big deal is. But eventually, after a while, it does indeed start raining, and the tracks are literally getting washed away. You're deep in the heart of Charlie. It's not a straight thing. She's riding around like she's on crack or something like that.